104.1 KRBE, a Cumulus media station.
Good morning, everyone.
We ready?
Live from the TXU Energy Studio.
The Roula and Ryan Show with Eric, featuring Special K and Sam.
Oh my gosh. All I can tell you guys is what a sports weekend we had for Houstonians. From college to Major League Baseball to the Rockets last night beating the Golden State Warriors by 10 points. The Astros coming back from 7-0 to win 9-7 against the Minnesota Twins. And of course, the biggest sports story in the city. Go Cougs!
It's your team!
University of Houston in the Final Four beat Duke. Man, that was an amazing comeback. I'm so amazed.
Did you see the Riverwalk? The band's on the float?
Yes, that was awesome. Sounded good acoustics in there under the bridge.
Yeah.
That was awesome. So people have been reaching out left and right, of course, since the big win, the big comeback, the big unexpected, holy crap, how did that happen in the last minute? And
you went to school. Kevin went to school there, and he was really excited.
we can't give Kevin credit because Kevin opened the show by saying he didn't even know this game happened this weekend. So step aside.
Yeah, I was like, oh, it's some type of gaming happened this
Step
weekend.
aside.
So there's one person that really knows.
There's one person that you hear every single other minute, actually every other minute here on KRBE, the voice of Yoj, who does a lot of our production. If you hear sabroso, sabrosito, that's him. If you hear anything about any promotion we're doing, like the Best of Houston, you hear Yoj's voice. He is our production, our commercial production director, and he has worked here for, I think, 174 years. I think that's
pretty
the
much.
record. Yoj's joining us now. He is a diehard U of H fan through and through. Hi, Yoj.
Hi, good morning. It's actually been 31 years, and I'm still trying to figure out what sabroso, sabrosito means.
And by the way, Yoj's name backwards spells joy. And that is what we are
right.
pure and full of today because it is all joy.
I know.
So Yoj has been, let's see, I met you in 1996. And I was going to U of H at the time when I first started answering phones here. And I did not know a life like a regular college life you see at UT or A&M or Duke or North Carolina until I met Yoj for U of H because it was a commuter school to me. I went there just to get the degree. I was working 2 jobs and I was not locked into campus life. But Yoj showed me the way because you're Sigma Nu.
Yeah, a bunch of my fraternity brothers, kind of brought Roula in. And, we said, hey, just meet us here in the village, meet us there. And she met us out and everything. So
2 rows.
It was funny because it's funny. Yeah, 2 rows in the village. If people remember, right next to Ginger Man. Rest in peace.
Oh, I love Ginger Man. Oh, that was a good time.
Yeah, that was really. Yeah, that was the first time I go. There's other beer than Miller Lite.
Oh yeah.
I was like, oh,
What?
I'm like, oh my god, this tastes odd, but it's. And why am I so drunk? But yeah, I mean, the University of Houston. I watched almost on social media yesterday, like every video that was out, because it really felt like we won the whole thing, which is like, oh, we have one more game still.
Right.
And there are a lot of people that are, I mean, this is literally a home game for U of H. So if you feel like you need to go, it's just 2 hours away.
Yeah, 3.
San Antonio.
With traffic,
2 or 3.
Probably about 3 hours and 8 minutes.
Was there ever a chance you were going to get there?
A Bucky stop.
Yeah, if you stop there. 3 hours, 40 minutes, you're right.
35 minutes is gone minimum if you stop at Buc-ee's.
Get some beef jerky.
Any chance you're thinking of going, Yoj? I know obviously there's a lot of work to do here at the radio station.
I was Friday. When was the game? Saturday. I was like, we were at a watch party here in Houston, and we're like, we're going. So yesterday we were trying to. Just to backstory this, I have 20 friends deep already there. They've been there since Friday.
Wow.
Maybe some Thursday. I have no idea what they do.
I wonder how many of them fell in the Riverwalk. Some of his friends? Oh, yeah.
Yeah, there's like 6 of them that are still in there. But
swimming.
But we're looking at tickets yesterday, and maybe it's because it's like, oh, we're getting tickets, and the ones that I want to get are like, right in the U of H section, but I want to get them lower. But if you do, you have to pay a premium, and they were like $1,250 yesterday.
$1,250.
Yeah, that's crazy.
$1,250, and I'm like, God, that's like 5 cartons of eggs. I don't know if I can do that. So
that's fine.
But now we're just saying, okay, everyone, let's just look for single tickets. Try to get them right there, because you can get $300 or $400 tickets, but it's an NFL stadium in the Alamo Dome, so you're going to be way up there. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I have a couple friends that are sitting right behind like the media bench,
Nice.
and I'm waiting for the call. That's what
You're
the call
hoping
I'm waiting for.
You're like,
And then-
don't want to spend $1,200?
Yeah.
Or my buddy might be like, hey, I got an extra
Last
seat.
second.
Yeah, I mean, I got the Shasta uniform on. I'm just waiting for the call. I'm gonna,
To be the mascot.
I'm on the feeder of
Standing.
I-10 idling.
Now you've been there. Now I was talking off air about how much you love this school and teams, and every player, even when they were terrible. And the last 5 years, he was so confident. Even him and I was in San Antonio at Six Flags, and at the hotel, I was texting back and forth when I thought it was over. When they did that technical, when he reached over.
Oh my God, the technical foul was
But
killing
OJ,
me.
if I go back in your text, he's like, "We're gonna win. We're gonna pull this off." They were down by 14 then.
How did you have that kind of? Come on, Yoj, 14 in an NCAA Final Four. Those minutes go by
the
forever.
shot clock is longer.
Yeah, I give you credit for still having faith.
Here's the thing: is that the way that University of Houston practices their basketball games, or just during practice, it's just they have more heart, they have more hustle. They're going to outwork you, and Duke has had the most win differential, and to explain that in layman terms, they've won by the most points all year. We have won every game. It's been like by 3 or 2 or 4. And we've only had 4 losses. 3 have been in overtime. So we know how to play in those close games.
And by the way, for those tuning in, let me explain. Yoj goes to the games in person. He goes to the football games.
Yes.
He tailgates. He lives and breathes University of Houston sports. He knows his stats.
He knows they don't get tired. These guys could play the whole game easy.
Yes, they don't get tired, and they will. If there's a ball on the floor, 3 of them will be on the floor grabbing for it. And so I just knew that, if we could just stop them, we can crawl back in. And in the last 42 seconds of the game, we had a 9-0 run.
Amazing.
That's what we do. So if we're down tonight, like by 5 or 8 or 6, we're going to claw back. Or if we're up, we just have to hold them. So to put it in perspective, Duke had a guy that was 7'2". That's a center, 7 feet 2 inches. He had 0 rebounds.
Yeah. Think about that, 7'2".
Oh my God, he didn't have any rebounds.
Our guys what's our tallest guy?
He had
6'8", 6'10", but
6'8", and he had 12 rebounds.
Yeah, but
the guy that was guarding him.
Yeah, they got a lot of heart.
Yeah, so that's
how
does this rank?
It's the hustle.
Yoji, you've been here for all the championships from the 80s, 90s, and recently. How would you put this up there with that win for all the games you've seen from professional to college?
Beating Duke is probably going to be in the top 3. If we win tonight, obviously it'll be number 1. We beat Texas Tech with Case Keenum at home. I was at the Fiesta Bowl. We beat Florida State maybe that was 2017, 2018. That was pretty fun.
I always laugh at
we were.
Tell Roula the story when you saw the Game 7 Utah against the Rockets and what happened.
Oh God!
Oh my God!
The crowd to what they said.
Were you in there for that at the Compaq Center when John Stockton sunk that 3-point shot?
Yeah, and we had really good seats. We were there with a good friend of ours. A mutual friend of ours, Roula. His name was Paul Cubby Bryant.
Oh, yeah, you were a Cubby. I didn't realize.
Yeah, from Z100.
Okay.
Yeah, so we were third row. And when he sunk that shot, it was as quiet as a library.
Think about the Rockets are so loud, they thought they were going to win. All of a sudden, John Stockton from the Utah Jazz hits that 3 to beat it.
It was the year we were trying to go for a three-peat. Because we had won against the Knicks, we won against the Magic. It was the year we were trying to go for a three-peat. It was the Western Conference Finals against the Jazz. We were winning, then we were losing, then we were winning, then we were losing. And the last, 2 seconds of the game, Yoj, John Stockton threw a Hail Mary and it sunk. And it shut us all down. Horrible.
Oh, that would be awful.
I know. You're just
horrible.
Oh, my goodness. It's but, being a Houston fan, you're like, oh, well, yeah, that's probably part of the course right there.
Yeah, I know, right? Until we started winning.
And what the fans say? The fans started yelling something to Stockton?
I think he was, I don't know, I think he was like, you're going to lose in Chicago or something. I can't remember. It was so long ago.
Jordan's going to beat you. It's
and did they get swept?
Yeah.
No, they
and then we're going, yeah, it was, I know.
Well, Yoj,
it's amazing. But
I thought of you first after I nearly peed my pants from that amazing win. I was like, man, Yoj's losing his marbles right now.
I was getting texts and Facebook messages and social media reach outs from people that I don't even really talk to. There was one lady, she works oil and gas in Canada, and it's 1:30 here, and she went to University of Oklahoma, and Kelvin Sampson was the coach there when she was in school. So I had people reaching out, and I'm like, it's just so, and it's fun. It's like I love U of H. I don't live and die by them. I just want to see them do well because I remember going to the games literally when they had 25 people at Hofbein's Pavilion.
Isn't that crazy?
You could hear the coaches, talk to their players, and we were talking to the players.
And now when you go, it's like impossible to get tickets. I know. You're like, oh, hey, I'm all the way up at the nose of the rafters.
I'm cheering for them. I want them to win just for you, man. I want to see you happy. I think they got a great chance. Hey, somebody text. They want to know what are your thoughts about the security not letting Hakeem Olajuwon on the court celebrate.
That's so cringe. I can't even watch it.
I saw that. It's like, bro, this is like not letting, the king of England in like eating first at the breakfast buffet. I mean, what are you doing? It's a king. Let him on.
How stupid. It was so cringe. Well, Eric told me about that this morning, Yoj, because I feel like I just didn't lock in enough on socials like I really wanted to. And that made me cringe so much I couldn't finish watching that. I cannot finish watching that stupid man telling Hakeem Olajuwon, no, you can't go up there.
I think he was a Spurs fan, and he knew how bad he kicked the Spurs ass back in the day.
Oh, my God. Yeah, it was Tim Duncan's agent who now works as the floor security.
Yeah, well, tonight's the night, people.
Well, I'll be thinking of you tonight, buddy. I hope you guys win.
All right.
You got to get locked in. Tip off at 7:50.
And I'll let you'll know if I'm at the game or not because I'll probably be on the news and I'll be in the Riverwalk.
You'll be street.
Actually in the river.
That is so funny. What's your
if we do win, I'm going to drive there in backstroke.
Yeah, backstroke.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, what's your
backstroke in the? It's at Radio Yoj. YOJ.
Yeah, YOJ.
Yeah, watch him.
Oh, go Cougs. I can't. I'm going to be like pacing my house.
Right.
I'll be
Good luck,
washing
buddy.
dishes again.
Go Cougs.
Go Cougs.
All right, I got my U of H socks on right now. Let's go.
Let's go. I know, we're all wearing red.
Something else, too.
Thanks, Yoj. Just socks. He just did the whole conversation naked with just the socks.
If anybody would, it would be him doing that.
That's right.
And we had a lot of fun at 7 doing comeback stories. It's like, look at me now. Things that happened in your life, and you had a big comeback in honor of the Cougs coming back on Saturday. We should bring that back.
Yeah, it doesn't have to be about sports. It could be just life comeback. We had some pretty inspirational stories. 833-390-KRBE is our phone number. Let's hear your big comeback story next on the Roula and Ryan Show with Eric.
From the Bell Furniture Unbeatable Prices Traffic Desk, West Sam Houston Tollway, southbound at Little York. You've got a wreck blocking the right lane, 5-minute slowdown from Fallbrook. I-45 North Freeway, southbound at West Road. There's a stalled car in the left lane. That's got you backed up for an extra 10 minutes.
RBE is back to the Roula and Ryan Show with Eric.
833-390-KRBE is our phone number. We're all feeling great off of that comeback win from the Cougs on Saturday night against Duke, which is unbelievable. Now that makes them in the national championship on the cusp of being champions.
I know, it's fun.
The whole March Madness.
Really, it's fun because yesterday on social media, on national sports shows, they're talking about the Cougs. And today will be really good because this is when all the sports stations around the world talk about the game tonight.
Oh, yes.
But I just hope they don't feel like that was the championship. You know what I mean? Have a letdown.
Well,
Samson's
the thing is about those two teams, Duke and U of H, that a lot of people, I guess, from what I heard the sports head saying, that was the tougher team. So hopefully it won't be as intense, but I think that when you're in a championship, it's intense.
Anything goes.
So we're asking you about your own personal comeback stories. It could have been a sports moment. It could have been just a life moment. We did this in the 7 o'clock hour. We got some really inspiring calls. Jason lost everything after COVID. His business, his home, his mom.
Partner.
His husband. And he was homeless for a while. Now he's thriving again. He's got his own place. He's getting his education. And so a lot of comeback moments that could inspire you on a case of the Mondays if you're not having such a great time. Even though we had a great sports weekend. Astros came back 7-0 and we won 9-7. And then the Rockets last night beat the Golden State Warriors by 10 points, which was great.
15 out of 17 games.
Nice.
Huge comeback the last 6 weeks.
So Carly's up first at 833-390-KRBE. Hello, Carly.
Hey, good morning.
Hi. Morning. What's your comeback story?
Well, my comeback story is in a couple months, I will be celebrating 6 years clean off of hard drugs, heroin.
Wow.
Nice. 6 years. That's impressive.
Amazing.
Wow. Thank you. I guess the lucky part for me was that I started doing drugs in my late 20s, so I had already gone to college and just kind of sat on a degree. So now, after, the years being clean, I am working in a corporate office downtown, making really good money. I just had my first baby, have a really good partner, and my life is nothing like it was 5 years ago. And I think that my family and everyone is, including myself, beyond happy and doing well. So yeah, that's my big life comeback.
Well, first of all, round of applause for Carly.
That's
Bravo.
awesome.
And I'm so curious, Carly, to know, we don't often hear this side of that story, right? That you are 6 years clean off of heroin. So, and you said it was your late 20s. It wasn't like you were 14 and you got caught up in a bad group, or you're in college and you were just being silly and trying drugs. It was your late 20s you chose to start with the drugs. What was it that drove you to that? I'm just so curious, what makes you do that in your late 20s when you're getting your life straight?
Yeah, by the time you're like 28, all of a sudden you decide to do heroin.
Yeah. I know. I think for me it was depression, mental health that I had battled since my teens, and I had a bunch of surgeries from sports injuries, and after the surgeries I was able to stop taking pain pills really easily, and I started dating someone that I didn't realize he was a drug addict. Honestly, I was pretty sheltered growing up, and so when he had these drugs, and I was, like I said, mental health, self-esteem issues, I thought, well, yeah, I want to try it. And no, you shouldn't. And I'm like, no, it's fine. I've had pain pills on and off my whole life, and it's never been an issue. I've been able to quit. Mm-hmm. And I can tell you, within that first 48 hours, that weekend of trying it, I was addicted physically. Wow. I couldn't physically stop. And mentally, I didn't want to do it. And that lasted for about a year and a half. I went to rehab. Actually, no, that lasted for 2 months, and I went to rehab because I was scared of it, and then got out and then didn't break up with the boyfriend like I should have. And so I did it for another year, then went to rehab again, and that was now 5 years ago.
And then when that separation came from, did you get that guy out of your life, because you said you didn't break up with him? So once you got him out of your life, that's what really set you on the recovery road?
Yeah, definitely. And it's interesting because we both moved away. We both went to rehab. His was because he got in trouble. I wanted to.
Volunteered to do it.
Right. And we moved out of Houston to try and really have a chance to get clean or stay clean at that point. Mm-hmm. And pretty immediately we knew that we both wanted to take recovery seriously, and you can't really be in a relationship like that and stay clean. So we broke up, and now he also is still, I think, 5 years clean, and he's doing well in his life and just got engaged, and I'm happy for him. But no, we have no communication anymore, really, at all.
Well, I'm glad you're doing great. Congratulations.
Bravo, Carly.
Thank you.
That's so great. A big hug from the whole show for that. Congratulations.
Thank you.
And God bless you.
Thank you very much.
Enjoy that baby.
Too,
Enjoy that baby, all those
you
cute
too.
little cuddles and all those little fat rolls.
That's better than drugs. Those little
oh my God,
baby
they're
kiss,
such a
baby
high.
smell.
Crazy. Mm-hmm. Carly, thank you for your story. Misty is up next. We're asking you to share with us your comeback story after U of H beat Duke.
Yeah, baby.
And people did not think it was going to happen.
Nope.
The percentages were crazy in the last minute of the game, last 10 minutes. Okay, Misty's up at 833-390-KRBE. Good morning, Misty.
Good morning.
Hi, Misty.
Yeah, tell us your story.
All right. 9 months ago, I was diagnosed with stage 2 breast cancer. And last week, they told me that I am cancer-free.
Yeah! That's a comeback right there.
Wow, is that fast? Is that fast?
9 months is awesome.
Misty.
Absolutely. I lost my hair. I lost a little bit of weight, but I'm coming back. I got fuzzies on my head, and I'm on my way.
Oh, good for you, Misty. I know this is such a huge, this is a city where people come for treatment. And the fact that we live here, we are blessed. But every single person I've ever talked to in my family or friend circle or anybody who contacts our show, when you find out you have it, it's such a shock to your system that you have
children?
This.
It is. I do. I have 3.
3 children, yep. I remember, I love it. My mom was getting her fuzzies back because she had cancer, breast cancer, and I remember just feeling her head, how soft it felt, and she had the turban, and she even had that one with the fake hair in the front, like a little
fake bang,
like a bang and stuff.
Yeah,
she'd like to
awesome.
She'd like to move it around just to screw with people.
It's a good feeling when it starts coming back. It's great.
Oh, I'm so happy.
Can
for
I
you.
ask how you found it, Misty? Because it's always a good learning lesson for everybody listening. Because we're supposed to be doing our self breast exam every month.
Absolutely.
And how did you find it?
I found it. I found it myself after getting out of the shower and drying off, and then I absolutely made an appointment the next week.
Right there.
So
See,
early detection is key. Absolutely.
didn't ignore it. Some people feel that, like, oh, well, maybe, no, it can't be. Put my head in the sand. I love that
Right.
you did that.
You don't want to think like you feel good. You're like, there's no way I have that. You feel good. You don't have any symptoms. I had 0 symptoms, but it definitely was breast cancer for sure.
Man, 9 months and you're on the road to recovery. Bravo. We're so glad
Congratulations.
to hear that story. That is a great comeback story. Misty, God bless you.
Thank you.
And good
so
health.
All my pink sisters out there, there is hope. Hang on.
Yep.
That's right, honey.
Love that.
Thank you, Misty. Have a great Monday. Take care.
Thank you.
Okay,
Bye.
bye. Amanda's up next at 833-390-KRBE. Hi, Amanda.
Hey, good morning.
Morning.
Hi. What's your comeback story?
So my comeback story is I originally joined the Army in the early 2000s, was kicked out for Don't Ask, Don't Tell, came back 10 years later, and now I'm back promoted and working full-time for the Texas Army National Guard. So.
Hey.
Wow.
That's awesome.
Yeah, because a lot of people will probably be like, no, screw this. I got kicked out. I'm not going back. And look at you.
Less than 1% of us that got kicked out of Don't Ask, Don't Tell came back. So
Just less than 1% came back.
correct. I might be the only one that came back. I don't know. But, yeah, less than 1%.
Yeah, I'd be mad.
Wow.
I'd be mad. I'm like, screw you. You don't want me, then I ain't going to fight for you.
And look at Amanda. She went back there.
Good for you. Good for you for
Wow,
being the
that's
bigger
great.
person.
Bravo, Amanda.
Thank you for your service.
Now, what is your official ranking? Because I don't know my military ranking. I want to learn it. What's your official ranking, Amanda?
So my official ranking is I am an E6, so I am a staff sergeant. So I'm about mid-career now.
Okay, Staff Sergeant and E6.
I love that comeback.
Yeah.
All right. Bravo, Amanda. You go, Amanda. We love it. Big
Well,
hug
thank you.
from the Roula and Ryan Show with Eric. Thank you so much for sharing your story. I'm trying to get as many comeback stories as we can get because we have a lot of people saying bye. Amir's up next. Hi, Amir.
Hey, Mayor.
Hi, guys. Can y'all hear me?
Yes, we can.
Wonderful.
What's your comeback story, Amir?
Awesome. Yeah, so one, thank you for having me on because I've been listening to you since I think I was like 9 and I'm now 31.
We didn't need that part, but
Hey,
thanks.
that makes me happy.
No, I'm just kidding.
That makes me happy we've raised you into a successful adult, hopefully. That's why
We'll
you're
find
calling
out
us,
what the
right?
comeback is. We'll see.
Yeah,
Maybe you weren't so successful, now you are.
You pay too much attention to us.
yeah, so my comeback story is that I went to possibly the lowest bar passage rate law school in the state. And, I failed the bar one time and it was pretty traumatic, right? It's such a crazy experience to go through. You're studying for 12 weeks after you graduate law school. And then you're waiting 4.5 months to get these results, and the test is only administered twice a year.
Oh,
So
if you don't pass, you
gotta wait.
Wait, you wait 4.5 months for the results? That would drive me bananas.
yeah, so for those that don't know, right, like the Texas State Bar is administered in July and February, and if you're a July taker, which is most of the state, there's usually about 2,000 people, and then what ends up happening is that you end up waiting until October to get these results because they are hand grading most of the exam, and it's a 2-day exam.
Wow.
And then once you find out, you're kind of in this limbo until you reapply to take the test in February. And so, yeah, I failed the exam the first time by 4 points and ended up having to come back, take it in February, and then I passed. So I'm now a bar licensed attorney 2 years later, and I work in this wonderful corporate job, and I'm loving life.
Yeah, I love that, man.
I think a lot of people, it's such a shame for people, it's such a shame to them. Like, oh my God, I failed the bar.
Well, it sucks because then everyone asks you how'd it go.
How'd it go?
I
You're
don't know
like,
for 4 months. They keep asking you, and then you got to say, no one wants to say they failed at anything.
Right.
Because it's 4 points.
Did you straight up have to actually say it to people or just dance around it? Like, well, I'm still waiting to find out or see how it's going. Like, how did you tackle those nosy Nelly
Everyone knows it's
relatives
hard.
who'd be like, how'd you do, Mir? How was your bar exam? Like, don't know yet.
It kind of was this, sad, like, I think I was the saddest I'd ever been in my life at that moment because I was impending, like, me and my fiance were getting married, and then just all these things were going on. My brother was having this big 500-person wedding at the time.
Oh, Lord.
And so, you've got all these relatives coming in, and everyone's like, oh, my God, I heard you took the test. How'd it go? And you're like, oh, well, talk to you later about it. But I ended up just being like, hey, it didn't work out this time, but I'm going back after it, and sure enough, February rolled around, and you find out a little bit quicker from the February results because there's fewer test takers. And that's the other caveat is that you're going to Austin and there's less sites that the exam is administered in from the July to the February.
Wow.
Did you go do the first questions you got wrong? Did you go to those first? I'd be like, all right, I'm not going to get those
Or do
wrong.
they show you what questions you get wrong? I don't know how that works. They show you the exam and show you all the markups and be like, this is what you got wrong.
No, unfortunately, it isn't one of those things where what exam questions and stuff are coming up. It's a pretty closed environment, and I think the Texas bar does a pretty good job of doing so wonderfully to make sure this environment is where it's kind of this mystery of what exam questions are coming up. And,
that sucked though if you didn't know
so
what.
Stressful.
I'd be like, wait, that's 4 points away. You can't tell me which ones I failed?
Oh my gosh, which ones I got wrong? That is maddening.
Yeah, I'd be like, oh,
well,
man.
congratulations, Amir. I'm glad you're thriving in corporate law for 2 years now. That's great. That's awesome.
Congratulations.
Bravo to you.
I appreciate you guys. You guys have a wonderful rest of your day.
Take care. Take care. You too. And that's another one too. The pressure you have of where'd you go to law school? And he was saying it was one of the lowest bar passage rates.
Mm-hmm.
Should I have asked him which school that was?
No.
No.
That's okay.
I'm just curious. I don't
They
know
can
all the
always
law
text
schools.
us.
You can
Blinn.
text us. No, I don't think Blynn's a law school. Blynn's your garden. Get you Nate. Y'all go to the listener line at 713-278-VENT if you want to share with us your great comeback story. It could be life comeback. It could be sports comeback. I want to read this one comeback story on text 37530. My mama had stage 4 brain and liver cancer. And by God's glory, she has survived. Then she had breast cancer and kicked its behind too. She is thriving cancer-free. She is my hero and the epitome of a strong, powerful woman. Wow.
That's awesome.
My goodness, that is amazing.
That's the first time I ever really saw epitome on text.
Well, I know that
You didn't know how to
word.
spell it.
Because I would have been like,
Epitome.
Epitome.
I would have skipped the word.
yeah. I'm like, ooh.
Well, let me tell you a true
You
story.
hear that word a
Eric.
lot, but you never see it. Like,
No,
nobody
that's how
really
you
writes
spell
it.
it.
No,
That's it.
definitely not.
It's like congratulations, right? You just write congrats.
E-P-I-T-O-M-E.
The epitome. You're like the center of
Epitome.
I know what it means,
Epitome.
but
Okay, so years ago.
Epitome.
Yeah, I know, that's a good point. There was a story years ago at Jay-Z and Beyonce. I don't know what the story was now, but it was something about maybe it was when she first announced she was having the baby and she was at the VMAs performing when she revealed the belly bump of Blue Ivy. And I was reading a quote in the entertainment news about her. And I just read like Ron Burgundy from Anchorman sometimes. Like I'm just going to read it blind. I didn't pre-read it. It comes up. I'm just reading it. And I was on the air reading it and I said epitome in the sentence. And I didn't realize that that's what that word was because I just was reading straight. And then somebody on text was like, oh my God, you of all people, I can't believe you just said that wrong. Because some texts that we get will stick with us.
Yeah.
I remember when that
still
texter
remember that?
said that, I go, well, I don't get it. It was epitome, and that's how I said epitome.
Oh, yeah, so it's stuck with you.
I don't see any
Yeah.
pity in there.
Epitome. The epitome.
Put pity in there.
You are the epitome of dummy.
Big dummy.
Y'all go to the listener line, 713-278-VENT. There are a lot of TV shows and a lot of movies that people swear by. When they get hooked on something or they binge something, they're like, oh, you have got to watch this series. Well, which ones would you say are overhyped?
Ooh.
I'll tell you right now, Eric, Succession is on this list. Do you feel it's overhyped?
I don't hype it up because I love it, but it's one of those shows where most of you guys will not get it.
I
So
didn't
it's like,
like it. There's no one likable in it.
yeah, they're all just mean, but that's what I like. I like that rich world because it's a world that I will never be in. It's like that really happens to people, to be that rich, to have helicopters to fly them 20 minutes instead of
Taking a car.
Uber.
So what other shows and movies made the list of being overhyped?
Better not be righteous gemstones. 'Cause
One
that
of them
show
is going to make you
awesome.
flip this table. I'm going to bet Eric's going to lose his marbles over one of these on the list because he just loves this show. We'll talk about it in Scoop next on the Roula and Ryan Show with Eric.
Celebrity Scoop. On the Roula and Ryan Show with Eric.
104.1 KRVE.
It's brought to you by Taqueria Sarandas, and there are a lot of TV shows and movies that have become quite popular. In pop culture history, they go down on the AFI, like American Film Institute, or for the Emmys. They like smoke the Emmys. They get all the awards, or like your friends and your peers and your coworkers. Like, did you watch that? Did you watch that? Did you watch this? And then you'll watch it and you're like, it's fine. Or you even want to watch it because it's so overhyped. You just turn off. You're like, I don't want to watch that.
But
I
you
don't want
can't,
to see that.
you can't make everybody happy with whatever it is. It could be the greatest show in the world. It's a 99.9 rating on Rotten Tomatoes. but it'll never be 100% because there's always somebody.
That's true.
I mean, there's no way you can make everybody happy.
Sure, of course not.
With
Nothing
anything.
is perfect. But the top 10 of this, I'm going to start with number 10 because at the time, I absolutely drank the Kool-Aid when this show was on. But I did not drink the Kool-Aid until I moved to the East Coast and I was living that life where everyone there was obsessed
Must
with
be
this show.
Sopranos then.
You're 100% right.
It's in
The
Philly.
Sopranos. When I moved to Philadelphia, Sopranos, I don't know what season it was in, but I was invited to go to the season premiere of the next season at Radio City Music Hall with the whole cast. Y'all had not seen one episode of this show. So can you imagine if you're like crazy for Breaking Bad and somebody puts you in the same room with Bryan Cranston and Aaron Paul? They're like, you're going to go hang out with them. I'm like, oh, okay, great. What do y'all do? What's your show about?
That'd be so embarrassing.
It was so crazy how now I look back at those pictures and I didn't know any of the storylines. I mean, obviously I respected the fact that I was there and all these people are losing their minds. There was lots of Italian food everywhere and Polly Walnuts was there and I have a picture of James Gandolfini.
Because you didn't do your homework.
I mean, I couldn't do my
Back
homework. We
then-
didn't have streaming.
Back then, they didn't really have the.
They didn't
DVDs
repeat it.
or the VHS.
Right, if you missed it, that's
if you
it.
missed it, you missed it, Eric. I could not watch it. So I was like, all right, I don't know what it's about. I have to figure it out. It's mob stuff. But then I got totally locked in, and I was like one of those crazy Americans. It's like, what happened to the TV? In the finale. Like, did the power go out? So I got locked in at the end. But
That's
had
number
I started watching it now, I don't know. Is it overhyped? Do you think The Sopranos is overhyped?
It's also the time
No.
that it came out.
No.
Like, it was first of its kind. You know, when
Right.
things are first of its kind, then everyone starts copying it and waters it down.
Yeah.
Then when you go back and watch it,
I feel like it's classic.
you're like, wait, what's this?
And
what's so
what
great
is
about
its
this?
kind? Explain what is The Sopranos kind?
I don't know. Like
Unexpected
gritty.
storylines of a mafia boss that goes
Maybe
to
just
mental health
mob.
therapy.
Like I'm watching Mobland on
Yeah.
Paramount right now with Tom Hardy. It's by Guy Ritchie and Pierce Bronson. Helen Mirren's in
Brosnan.
it. Bronson. What's his name?
Brosnan.
Brosnan.
Yeah.
Oh, there's
Everybody
another-
calls him Pierce Bronson.
The guy from
Mamma Mia.
Belky. Is his name Pierce Bronson too? Or is that Pink?
Bronson Pinchot is Balky from, and he was also in Beverly Hills Cop, the guy in the gallery.
So those mixed their
I
names
don't know,
up.
it's so crazy. I don't know. Get out of here.
That's him, yeah.
I don't know.
Like,
Hey, no, you get. I cannot. You get the blank out of here. I cannot get the blank out of here. Anyway, okay, so what about Bronson Pinchot? He's in what? show?
What were we talking about again?
I don't know.
Mobland?
go to the next
Mobland.
one. What's number 9?
Okay, number 9 is Midsommar. I don't know this one. Anybody watch Midsommar? Midsommar? It's not Midsummer. It's Midsommar. SOMMAR.
Don't know that one.
Okay.
No.
Wait,
Number,
Ahmad and Irvin like it, so
is
you
it
know it
overhyped?
sucks.
Up or down? Overhyped.
Yeah, you know it sucks. So those
He's
two like
giving us
it.
the finger because
When
we
it
are
comes to Irvin,
discounting their thoughts.
now he's a TV snob.
Irvin, our digital guy?
I would take Kevin and Ryan's TV and movie advice over Irvin's.
Irvin's.
Why?
What is it? Am I saying
You
it
like
right,
artsy
Irvin?
movies?
You're so artsy fartsy.
Am I saying it
Ahmad.
right?
Ahmad.
Midsummer? Midsummer?
Midsommar.
Midsommar. What's it about? And what's it on?
It is. What is it? It's probably on Max.
It's probably on HBO Max. It's about a bunch of friends that go to what is it?
Sweden.
Sweden.
They go to Sweden
They go
for
to a
summer?
festival.
like a summer. Well, it's midsummer.
I don't know
it's
how
like
to
a seasonal
talk about it
change.
without spoiling it.
Oh, just spoil it. None of us going to see that crap.
They take up.
Our listeners might
listening
be
is mad.
interested in that.
It's really culty and weird and gross and disgusting.
Is it a movie or is it a TV show?
It's a movie.
It's about a
Okay.
prophecy.
Oh,
Yeah.
Oh, it's a movie.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, I
Some
thought
of
it
these
was
are
a
movies, some of these are TV series.
Okay.
Okay. Okay, number 8, Eric's going to flip a table. Overhyped TV shows and movies. What's number 8 on this list? Ted Lasso from
I
Apple
haven't
TV.
seen that either.
Yeah.
People are never that happy.
No.
I'm sorry, that's not real.
Ted Lasso is the guy. There are people out there that I have a friend. Her name is Ellie. Her son was in here, Omid.
Okay.
When I was in Star Wars. And
Oh,
stuff.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
She's the nicest, like always smiling, always happy, and
Always
wants to
give
hear
you
your
great advice
stories.
and one-off lines.
Yeah.
Like things.
So there are a few people out there. Ted Lasso is
Maybe.
just a great fun. It's not, if you want dark and gritty, you're not going to watch Ted Lasso.
Right.
Roula would love it.
I'd probably love it, but I've only watched 2 episodes, and
Get
I
on
just
it.
can't get
I could
addicted.
only get through one.
Yeah. Number 7 for movie, Oppenheimer. Was it overhyped,
I
or
never
was it
saw
really
it.
that good?
Oh, it
Very
was really
solid.
good. It really made you think, and it actually, you know, when a movie historically you find out something and it pisses you off, like about history, how he could have changed history, but it didn't happen like that, and so you realize that thousands and thousands of people died because of what went down in this movie and how it could have gone differently. So
Yes,
I
not overhyped.
appreciate, yeah.
Okay, number 6, Young Sheldon, the series. Is it overhyped? My daughter's watching that right now.
I think
She's
a lot of
binging
people
She
like it.
loves
I love that
Yeah.
show.
Eh.
Yeah. Well, that's
I'm
right.
not in. If I was in a Big Bang Theory,
I like Big Bang, but I just didn't. I don't have enough time to watch that.
Number 5, Everything Everywhere All at Once. Jamie Lee Curtis won her Oscar for that.
That was
Kay
good.
Hui Quinn won.
I love that movie.
I bet that was Irvin's top 3 of the
Quinn.
last 10 years.
I saw that movie, I kid you not, 10 times in the movie theater.
Jeez.
I paid
Wow.
10
Lord.
tickets to see that
Where's
movie.
that drop from earlier?
Nerd.
Yeah, where's that from Will Kunkel from
Top
Fox
4 real
News?
fast. HBO's Euphoria. Is it overhyped? Euphoria.
Yeah, guys.
No,
I haven't seen any of this.
I love
Okay.
it. It's so good. It's so good.
I just can't watch it,
Leonardo-
especially having a teen. I don't want to.
It's
It will
dark.
scar you.
It's
Yeah,
dark.
it is.
You will
and-
not
and
want your kid to go
sad.
anywhere.
I've seen one episode. I can't. I don't want to know that life can
It's
actually exist.
dark,
I don't want to
but
see
I
it.
love it.
Number 3, Leonardo DiCaprio won an Oscar for this, The Revenant.
That was great.
Was it overhyped?
No, I don't think it was over.
I don't think really
Okay.
people hype that up, like, but no one's really going to go watch it. Like, hey, you know what I want to watch today? I want to watch Revenant.
Yeah,
No.
let me
I know.
relax and watch
Yeah,
that.
yeah.
It was
he
a
won for?
frustrating movie.
Number 2, Anyone But You. Is that with Glenn Powell? Anyone But
That
You?
one was cute.
Oh, the one with
Sydney
Sydney
Sweeney?
Sweeney.
Yes.
With-
Okay, not overhyped. I don't feel like it was
Glenn
overhyped.
I
I didn't have people throwing that to
It
me
went on
every 2
Netflix.
seconds. Have you not seen
I
it?
liked
Seen it?
that,
So great.
yeah.
Netflix made that thing explode.
For sure. And the number 1 overhyped television show on this list, Succession. I already mentioned it's on the list, but it's number 1.
It's really good, but it's like you don't know half the stuff they're saying.
Yeah.
Like it's like Billions.
I don't know how
Great
the stock
shows,
market
but-
works.
Yeah, I'm like, I don't know. I don't understand the stuff, but they're smart
not in that
enough
world.
to give you enough stuff that, as a moron, I can still
Follow
enjoy it.
along.
Yeah,
That's good to know. And of course, in case you've been under a rock, go Cougs!
Yeah!
Tonight, 7:40 is tip off. It's in San Antonio. Maybe you want to call in sick tomorrow and get yourself a ticket.
Why don't we go buy a ticket, send Ahmad and Kevin to go there and do play by?
No, I want somebody to enjoy sports.
Imagine
I
those
didn't
two-
even know they
Enjoy
were playing.
sports if I'm drunk.
No.
No.
You went to the Texans game for the Beyonce part. You didn't go for the actual football part.
Well, yes.
Yeah, you would never went for that.
No, if you're going to send somebody, Eric, somebody who actually wants to see the game.
I just think it'd be funny to hear them talk to people about
I don't
sports.
even like San Antonio. It just reads dirty.
Oh, there's Irvin.
Excuse you, sir.
Oh, just because
As a
you went
UTSA
there.
alumni,
You're a
how
road-
dare you?
Roadrunner?
T-sippers.
I am a road runner, yeah. Go Runners.
All right.
Is that what you say? Go Runners?
At
Go
Radio
Runners.
Special K.
That's what I
if you
say
would
to you
like
all the
to
time.
hate mail him.
Go Runner.
Hate
Get the hell out
DM
of here.
Special K at Radio Special K. Coming up next, did you miss what happened on Roses today? Wow, we really had a long conversation after Maria finished telling us what happened over the weekend from Roses last Thursday, finding out her husband Eddie had a mistress named Emily. You'll just connect all the dots next on The Real and Ryan Show with Eric.